Hello and welcome to the ever-stunning Marstrand for the 2015 Stena Match Cup Sweden. No stranger to sunshine, fair winds and spectacular scenery, it's no surprise that this year the tour returns to the island for the 15th time, bringing with it a more than modest crowd, ready to fill this natural amphitheatre and take in some world-class close-quarters action.
Just a little bit.
Ready to fight for the top spot are 14 teams, all hoping to take home the prestigious Stena Match Cup trophy, whilst also edging further up the leaderboard and ever closer to the sharp end of the ISAF World Match Racing Tour standings. Competing tour card holders this year are Keith Swinton's Black Swan Racing, the familiar face of Ian Williams of GAC Pindar, Björn Hansen's Nordiska Racing, Johnny Berntsen of Berntsen Sailing Team, Eric Monin's Team Sailbox, Ruben Corbett of Corbett Racing, Joachim Aschenbrenner's Aschenbrenner Racing Team and Phil Robertson standing in for Nikolai Sejersted with Tre4 Match Racing. With the sun came some shining examples of tactical match racing, with local sailor Johnny Berntsen and his Berntsen Sailing Team taking 6 wins from 7 races on the second day of qualifying, with Ian Williams of GAC Pindar and Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing at the top of the leaderboard, closely followed by Björn Hansen's Nordiska Racing, sitting in a safe 4th place with 6 points. We join qualifying Flight 18 as Taylor Canfield's US1 takes on Johnny Berntsen's Berntsen Sailing Team.
Flight 18, Match 2, Canfield versus Berntsen. We join the race on the first upwind. Canfield with a strong controlling position. Both boats tracking off towards the left. Luff from Berntsen. Bow coming up, jib coming down. Berntsen trying to use all his speed to go forward, but Canfield responding smoothly. Managing to stay clear.
Look at his mane.
Canfield thinks Johnny Berntsen has come through the wind.
Look at his mane.
Berntsen bringing the bow down, jib back up. Green flag from the umpires. As Berntsen comes back up with another luff. Jib coming back down. Canfield feels faster now. Just managing to avoid Berntsen. Boat's getting very close. Excellent sailing from the American team.
Oh, he's tacked. He's tacked.
He's tacking boat.
He's tacked.
Taylor Canfield bringing his bow down on starboard. Johnny Berntsen.
Protest! Protest!
We have a collision.
He's attacking boat. He's attacking boat.
Johnny Berntsen thought Taylor Canfield was tacking, but the umpire's deciding differently. Blue flag, penalty Johnny Berntsen. In at the top mark. Remember, Johnny Berntsen still with 1 outstanding penalty, rounding the top mark. And Johnny Berntsen hitting the top mark. Disaster striking the Swedish crew. That's the second penalty. We can see 2 blue flags now. He'll have to do one of those straight away.
Go down, go down. He's not doing it. He cannot luff us. He cannot luff us. He's got to do his penalty.
Johnny Berntsen having to do his penalty straight away.
Hoist. Go hoist.
Now that's attack. And down to a downwind course. Excellent sailing Berntsen, getting rid of his penalty, and now sailing away onto the downwind. Canfield following with the spinnaker.
Jabbing here. That's a black flag.
Into the finish.
Come on. He's weather.
Taylor Canfield has Berntsen trapped to windward.
Come on. Flag again.
Penalty Berntsen, blue flag. Canfield has the advantage now, heading for the finish line. You can see Spinnaker coming down and Berntsen through the tack. It's Taylor Canfield from US1 Sailing, brings the bow down through the finish. The yellow flag signifying a win for the American.
The remaining days of qualifying saw sailors both new and old to the World Match Racing Tour challenged by the light winds. Taylor Canfield of US1 moved up to 3rd place, closely followed by local legend Björn Hansen's Nordiska Racing in 4th position, putting him well within sight of the podium, a familiar position for this multiple Stena Match Cup winner and recently inducted Hall of Fame resident. We caught up with Björn to find out how it feels to be pitched among the greats after so many years racing in Marstrand.
This is actually my 18th time in Marstrand. I was actually here for the opening event in 1994. In 99 I did my first event as a helmsman, and from there on it's been like a thing that you just have to do. You have to come in Marstrand 1 week every year and just enjoy. We have managed to win the previous 3 years. The second time we won, it was great to show that we could do it again, and we won Peter Gilmour in the final, who is Mr. Match Racing and the King of Marstrand, who has won here 7 times, and to win Peter Gilmour in the finals, that was a fantastic feeling as well. Are we really going to do this again? I think that we have proved what we need to prove in Marstrand. But on the other hand, we know how fun it is to come here. So we just said to each other, no, we definitely want to go back to Marstrand and we want to give it a really good shot for the cup this time. And it looks good, so we would like to have it. To be taken into the Hall of Fame is fantastic. I mean, I didn't have a clue that was going to happen. And the 4 other guys in the Hall of Fame, which is Pelle Pettersson, Peter Gilmour, Magnus Holmberg and Peter Klock, they are just legends in the match racing, and especially in the match racing here in Sweden. Just extraordinary, and I'm so proud, and it's a great feeling for sure. But on the same, I feel a little bit like the level of the group has gone down a little bit when I came into it, because I really looked up to these 4 guys and thought that, wow, they are so cool, and to be one of them, that's a great feeling, of course.
Both the wind and the tension were up for the final qualifying session as the teams prepared to do battle for the 8 spots that take them through to the knockout rounds, with Phil Robertson's Trefor Match Racing and Eric Monin's team Sailbox in contention for the quarterfinals. As the day played out, it became clear that with 13 wins and no losses, Ian Williams was breezing through to the knockouts, pushing Joachim Aschenbrenner's Aschenbrenner Racing team down the table and out of the competition. Also going home after some contentious match racing and a few fumbled spinnaker drops was Eric Monin's team Sailbox, paving the way for Phil Robertson's Trefor Match Racing to take the points for a place in the quarterfinals. Choosing their opponent first was defending ISAF world champion Ian Williams of GAC Pindar, who placed first in qualifying with straight bullets. Williams chose Ruben Corbett's Corbett Racing. 4-time Stena Match Cup winner Björn Hansen of Nordiska Racing picked wildcard entry Simone Ferrarese, leaving Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing to choose between Taylor Canfield, Phil Robertson and Johnny Bernson. He chose the Bernson sailing team. This left Phil Robertson's Trefor Match Racing going up against a former ISAF world champion in the quarterfinals, Taylor Canfield's US1. It's the quarterfinals at the Stena Match Cup in Marstrand, and with an increase in both wind and crowds, it's looking like another stunning day of world-class match racing. We join the first match of the day as Taylor Canfield's US1 gets off to a questionable start, conceding a penalty during the pre-start against Phil Robertson's Trefor Match Racing.
Taylor Canfield circling across, tacking onto the stern of Robertson. Canfield has that outstanding penalty. Back towards the start line. Robertson up into the tack. Canfield sailing down the line. As the gun sounds, Robertson right up at the boat end. Canfield out to the left, completing his tack. It's extended enough. He's going to cross. Key moment in the match. Canfield around the mark, out in front. Robertson to follow, close behind. Canfield still with an outstanding penalty.
Holding at the moment, holding at the moment.
2, 1, go hoist.
Holding, 2, 1, press.
Great set from US1 Sailing. And around the bottom. Canfield breaking out to the right-hand side of the race course.
Stand by.
Robertson round, out to the left.
Pull, pull, pull. Spin pull, Hayden.
Problems on board US1. The spinnaker pole's stuck inside the chip sheet.
Ease, Tubby. Trim on, trim on, trim on. Trim, trim. That's average, Hayden. That's pathetic.
Robertson bow down. Canfield with the lead bow tack. Boat's very close. Robertson swooping up.
I will.
Thinking about the hook, but electing to tack away back to that left-hand side.
Go hoist, go hoist.
But Canfield round in front.
Take it off. Take it off, Hayden. Not going to come out.
And round comes Robertson.
Go hoist, go hoist.
Close behind. Had Canfield got enough to be able to extend away and complete his penalty turn?
Get it untwisted, get it untwisted. Oh, come on, come on. Do not ease it. Take the pole off. Take the pole off. God damn it, Hayden. You are pathetic.
Canfield not happy.
Left turn.
Robertson close behind.
There we go.
Coming up. Coming up.
Final bottom mark.
Don't over trim, don't over trim.
Both boats taking different marks. Canfield, I think, looking maybe for a mark trap in at the bottom.
Right, Hayden?
Yeah.
Get on the rail. You've done nothing useful so far in this race.
Yeah.
Taylor Canfield getting a little fired up. I think that tension has cost him. Robertson crossing from that left-hand side, now out in front.
Yeah, I agree.
And at the final top mark, it is Phil Robertson that leads around, with Canfield holding his heels.
And
still that outstanding penalty. As the bows come down, it's the cool, calm Phil Robertson that takes the win.
Elsewhere in the quarterfinals, defending champion Björn Hansen of Nortiska Racing and Ian Williams of GAC Pindar dashed any hope of glory for their opponents, seeing off and sending home Simone Ferrarese's Ferrarese Racing and Ruben Corbett of Corbett Racing respectively, both with a 3-0 scoreline. Despite an early win by Phil Robertson, Taylor Canfield continued to perform at a high level, taking the following 3 matches and securing his place in the semi-final. Closely followed by Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing, who shut the door on Johnny Berntson's Bernson Sailing team, knocking them out of the competition with a 3-1 win. It's been a contentious week of match racing with surprising knockouts and some great sailing from tour heavyweights and fan favourites alike. Stay with us as we look at one of Swedish sailing's premier social scenes and move one step closer to seeing which team will hold up the new Stena Match Cup trophy. As the tension builds for the knockout stages, match racing fans from all over Sweden keep the ferries, restaurants and bars in Marstrand packed to the rafters as families and friends descend on the event village to soak up both the sun and the atmosphere. After 16 years on the island, the ISAF World Match Racing Tour continues to sit on the cusp of modern sailing, offering a family-friendly blend of activities and a social scene that competes the world over. Back on the water, and 2 titans of the match racing world get ready to go head-to-head for a place in the final. Hansen won the first 2 races to take a commanding 2-0 lead before Canfield won the third, making the score 2-1. We join them in match 4, where Canfield needs a win to stay in this delicately poised competition.
Canfield back towards the line in the windward position. Canfield must win this match to stay in the semi-final. Hansen slowly bringing the bow up. Canfield with the tack.
and press.
Canfield will start up at this boat hand end.
He's not making the pin, I don't think.
Björn Hansen bringing the bow up, rolling through the tack. Hansen on to port. Looking down towards Canfield. Canfield onto starboard, and Björn Hansen has gained some advantage. And first cross goes to the Swede. Björn Hansen still out in front.
Yeah, he's a lot.
Canfield getting closer, taking the right-hand side. And Björn Hansen really parked on the left-hand side. And Canfield is fast. Boats coming back together now. Can Canfield take this opportunity to pass? He needs to stay alive in this semi-final. Canfield with the tack right in front of Björn Hansen. Canfield snatching back the lead as they round the first top mark. Now can the magician Hansen find a way back into this match? Canfield leading the jibe, Hansen follows.
He's come with good pressure this way.
Canfield out in front, round the right-hand gate. Björn Hansen finding some pressure on the left-hand side of the racecourse, and he comes back in. Looking to duck Canfield. Hansen much faster. Uses that speed to scallop up into a strong windward position. And he is still charging. Canfield now on the ropes. As both boats round the top mark. Canfield still has that controlling position. Luff from Canfield.
Come on.
Looking for responsibility. Björn Hansen thinks Taylor Canfield is tacking.
Look at his Gilmour!
Don't head down. Don't head down. Why are you heading down?
Björn Hansen, vulnerable. Taylor Canfield needs this decision. It goes against him. Yellow flag. Penalty on Canfield.
He's trying to get away from you. You have to bear down. Nej, för helvete, vad gör ni? Nu går vi ner.
That's a flag.
Yeah, the green flag, so still a penalty on Canfield. Spinnaker's going up on both boats. Great set from Hansen right when he needed it. Coming back down towards the finish. Canfield does not believe, I don't think he can get this penalty in. He's going to try and go around the pin. And there goes Taylor Canfield up into the tack as Björn Hansen comes down towards the finish. And as Canfield completes his turn, it is the blue flag signifying Björn Hansen has made it into the finals of the Stena Match Cup Sweden.
In the second semi-final, five-time ISAF World Match Racing Tour champion Ian Williams of GAC Pindar and Keith Swinton of Black Swan Racing went head-to-head for the remaining place in the final. Keith Swinton stormed into an early lead, winning the first two matches, but not going down without a fight. Williams came back to level the tie at 2-all. We joined them during the pre-start of the deciding match.
Williams leading Swinton back towards the pin. Williams with control.
We're on the wind.
Williams up to speed, down to the left.
Simone or not?
Swinton with the tack away.
Or not?
And Williams tacks to follow. And Williams round the top mark.
Have a look at it, Chris.
In a nice puff.
Big press. We're much quicker.
And here comes Swinton.
Coming up. Almost roll here, almost rolling. Could be founding the main if we get any quicker.
Ley line, Jerry, you call the ley line.
Can Swinton find a way round Williams? Around the mark, off to the left-hand side. Swinton to follow.
Stand by to tack, boys.
You're watching him.
Okay. Elms down, tacking over, big roll.
Swinton through the tack. Williams follows. Both boats really light.
Hold weight, down, 2. One, I need roll there, guys. It's the most critical part of the race, and you need to roll. 2, 1 little press. Might just have to concede here. We're so much slower.
Williams picking up a little zephyr of breeze.
Yeah.
Helms down.
Staying in control of the match.
Set jibe.
Coming into the final top mark. Williams out in front in this winner-take-all semi-final here at the Stena Match Cup Sweden. Williams rounds. And Turkish Airlines Spinnaker with a small twist.
Let's get the jib down, guys.
Here comes Swinton.
And turning, guys. Turning, big rotation. Rotating, turning.
I'm just going to come up a little here, Jerry.
Williams matching Swinton's move.
He's going to see everything if you just point.
In this light wind, both crews looking for any advantage.
I agree. Stand by, guys.
Nice one, guys.
And Williams brings his bow down to take the yellow flag and confirm his place in the finals of the Stena Match Cup.
With Ian Williams of GAC Pindar and Björn Hansen's Nordiska Racing getting through to the final, it was a familiar pairing for both teams.
It's just great to be in the finals again. I mean, this is a dream for a Swedish sailor to be able to sail in the finals in Marstrand, so we are so happy. Looking forward to racing Ian Williams. We know that it's going to be really, really tough to win.
We've sailed Björn in the final many times here. We've beaten him once, but he's beaten us a few more times than that. So I guess you'd say he's certainly the favourite, but I feel like our team is getting stronger and stronger, and I think we'll certainly give him a good run for his money.
Just going to go out and enjoy, have fun, just enjoy the crowds on the cliffs and try to do our best.
Having lost to Hansen in 2014, this was Williams' chance to settle the score, whilst a win for Hansen would secure his spot amongst the greats. With everything to lose, the pressure's on for both skippers. We join the final race for the pre-start of Match 1, where the first to take 2 wins will carry home the Stena Match Cup trophy.
Final 30 seconds, Williams circling back towards the start line.
No way!
Very aggressive love from Björn Hansen. Williams trying to keep clear, but
I am lost!
what will the umpires make of it? Williams bringing the bow down again.
He stopped turning! He stopped his turn!
Way too fast, that, guys.
Penalty on Williams.
Come on!
That's a red!
And there, a red flag penalty. The umpires deciding Björn Hansen was impeded by Williams. And Williams gaining the advantage, gaining the control in the pre-start. Completes his penalty turn. But Björn Hansen has the lead, sailing off towards that right-hand side of the racecourse. Not the start Williams was looking for. And Hansen, by the top mark, managing to extend out to a significant lead. Home advantage to the Swede as they lead around the top mark. Williams to follow. There, the view back to Williams. Hansen in control and out in front. Hansen takes the right-hand mark and the applause of the home crowd here at the Stena Match Cup Sweden. Williams now a long way back. And at the final top mark, it is still Björn Hansen out in front. And as he comes down towards the finish in the first race of this final, he's starting to get one hand on that trophy. Björn Hansen coming down through towards the line. And it is first blood to Björn Hansen and the Nordiska sailing team, taking the blue flag and the first win in this final.
With Björn Hansen on match point, the next race was a must-win for Williams if he was to keep his hopes of Stena Match Cup glory alive. We join the teams at the top mark as they battle it out for the top spot on the podium.
It's Björn Hansen leading around the top. Williams will follow as Björn Hansen turns for home. Down towards the finish, Williams with a final roll of the dice, looking to try and roll Hansen. Brings the bow up, looking for a bit of extra speed. Can he make this stick? Williams is faster. Williams electing to jibe back. I think he may well have rolled there. Will this gamble work out? Björn Hansen brings the bow down. A get out of jail free card as they come down towards the finish. And Hansen has made that stick. He comes down, he comes through the line, and it is Björn Hansen that punches the air, takes the yellow flag, and confirmed his place in the all-time Hall of Fame here on the island of Marstrand.
To do this as a Swede in front of this fantastic crowd, that is a dream for a Swedish sailor, and I just wish that all the Swedish sailors had a chance to do this at least once in their life. Thank you to all the crowd on the hills. They have been cheering for us, and yeah, fantastic.
Please give a big hand to the champion and his crew, Björn Hansen!
At the end of a thrilling week in Marstrand for the Stena Match Cup, Björn Hansen moves up to 3rd place on the overall leaderboard, with Ian Williams, GAC Pindar jumping to the top with 77 points, closely followed by Joachim Aschenbrenner's Aschenbrenner Racing Team on 63 points. With 3 World Championship events to go on 2015's ISAF World Match Racing Tour, everything is still to play for. Next stop, Poland for the Energa Sopot match race.